Alright, now we're going to talk about angles that have expressions in them. And remember, let me zoom in. Remember that if we have two angles that look like this, they're going to be complementary. They add up to 90 degrees. These ones will be supplementary. Angles Q and angles R, they're next door neighbors, so they're adjacent angles. And angles T, let's make this R. And angles T and angle R are vertical angles. So we know the measure of angle 1 is 3x, and we know the measure of angle 2 is 12. So we have 3x plus 12 equals 90. We have a two-step equation this time. I subtract the number without the variable first. That gives me 3x equals 78. Divide by 3, and we have the value of x is 26 degrees. So now we plug our 26 degrees into 3x. 3 times 26 is 78 degrees. You'll set up the same way for this one. 3x plus 5 is the measure of your first angle, plus 49 equals 90. This time we have to combine like terms. 49 and 5 make 54. Then we want to subtract 54 from both sides. That'll leave me with 3x equals 36. Divide by 3. Then we have x equals 12. Then we plug that back in. 3 times 12 plus 5. 3 times 12 is 36, plus 5 is 41 degrees. So the measure of angle 1 is 41 degrees, and the measure of angle 2 is 49 degrees. Alright, next one, we have 3x plus 1 plus 47. And then remember, these ones share a straight line, so that's 180 degrees. So 1 plus 47 is 48. Bring down my equals 180. Subtract 48 from both sides. That leaves me with 3x equals 180 minus 48 is 132. We're going to divide that by 3. And that'll give me x equals 44. So now we plug that back in. 3 times 44 plus 1. 44 times 3 is 132, plus 1 is 133. So angle 1 is 133 degrees, and angle 2 was already given to us, which is 47 degrees. So I have 2x plus 7 plus 131 equals 180. Combine like terms, 7 and 131 make 138. Subtract 138 from both sides. That leaves me with 2x equals 180 minus 138 is 42 degrees. Divide by 2, and we have x equals 21. Plug that back in. 2 times 21 plus 7. 2 times 21 is 42, and 42 plus 7 is 49 degrees. So we know angle 1 is 49 degrees, and angle 2 is 131 degrees. Alright, name the vertical angles. The vertical angles are T and R, Q and S. Remember, vertical angles are across the hall from each other. Adjacent angles are next door neighbors. So we have T and Q, Q and R, R and S and T. If the measure of angle Q is 3x, and the measure of angle S is 120 degrees, we know that 3x equals 120 since they're across the hall neighbors. So we divide by 3 and we have x equals 40. Plug that back in. We know the measure is 3 times 40. That gives us the measure of angle Q is 120 degrees and the measure of angle S is 120 degrees. The measure of angle Q is 3x and the measure of angle T is 36. So this one will be 36 plus 3x equals 180. Subtract 36 from both sides. That'll give me 3x equals 180 minus 36 equals 144. Divide by 3. And we have 48 degrees as x. So we know angle T is 36 degrees. And we know the measure of angle Q is 3 times x. So we need to do 3 times 48. And 3 times 48 is 144 degrees. So we know measure of angle Q is 144 degrees. And that's how you use equations, find the missing angle with expressions.